Sukha Narada Vaka Divinoda Dekhe Gaurara Sampada Gaurangera Rati Shobha Jagajanamana Labha 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 Nitai Gaura Haribal 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 Gaura Haribal Nitai Gaura Haribal 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 Gaura Haribal Nitai Gaura Haribal 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 Gaura Haribal Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna I'm trying to Hare Rama Hare Rama circle Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Radha, Shyam Sundar Radha, Shyam Sundar Radhe. Jaya Radha, Madhava Radha, Madhava Radhe. Jaya Nitai Gora Hariva, 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 Nitai Gora Hariva, Hariva, Nitai Gora Hariva, 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 Nitai Gora Hariva. Hari Hari Bol. Jai Vishnupat Rohamsa. Parivrajakacharya Astu Tarshata Shishimat His Divine Grace. Abhay Chinarvi Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki. Jai Vishnupat Paramahamsa. Parivrajakacharya Astu Tarshata Shishimat His Divine Grace. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Ki. Anand Gauri Vaishnava Ki. Namacharya Hridas Thakur Ki. Prem Suru Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Mukund Radha Kund Giri Govardhana Ki Vrindavan Dham Arpanavdi Dham Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Shri Shri Radha Madhav Ki. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to sound devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Shingade Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki. Shingade Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki. Shingade Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki. Shingade Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. May I kindly request all of you to please come forward and sit closest. All of you. For small children who are less than 5 years old, there is a classroom downstairs. For small children who and kindly please close that door. Thank you. There is a classroom. So on behalf of ISKCON founder Acharya and A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, I would like to welcome all of you to ISKCON Naperville. If there is anyone here for the first time, can I see a show of hands? If there is anyone here for the first time, so if before you go, please come and see the book table and receive a small gift from us. So today's class is given by His Holiness Romapada Swami Maharaj. For those of you who have not met Maharaj, a brief bio is here. His Holiness Romapada Swami is a Vaishnava sannyasi or monk, a senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, an initiating spiritual master in ISKCON. His Holiness Romapada Swami Maharaj has been practicing Bhakti Yoga for more than 50 years. Many congregational programs, Sunday schools, corporate and college outreach programs, book distribution drives have sprouted and flourished under his direction. Maharaj travels regularly all over the world, inspiring thousands of people by illuminating them on the path of devotional service. So today's class, the topic is between Kunti's prayers, Krishna, the ever unborn. The topic is thank you, Maharaj. Krishna,
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavi Hare Radha Madhava Kunjavi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavi Hare Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamunahiravana Chari Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari Kunjabi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dadi Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dadi Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamana Tira Vanam Chadi Jamunati Ravana Chadi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hadi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hadi Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivedagacharya Astatarasatasi Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Gaura Premanandi. I hear a buzz. And I don't think that's the air conditioning. I think it's the sound system. I see a few younger generation people here. You two boys. Both of you. Do you know who is Kunti, Queen Kunti? No? Would you like to know? You sure? Okay. You know who is Krishna, right? And one of Krishna's names is Vasudeva, because his father was named Vasudeva. So the son of Vasudeva becomes Vasudeva. Vasudeva Krishna. And Vasudeva had a sister, and his sister's name was Kunti. So Krishna was the son of Vasudeva, and Kunti was the mother of 5 brothers, one of whom was Arjuna. You know who was Arjuna, right? And then the oldest brother was Yudhishthira. Next, Bhima. And then Arjuna, and then twins, Nakula and Sahadev, 5 brothers. Their mother was Kunti. So that means, you have any cousins? Yes. So that means either your mother or your father is brother or sister of your cousins. That means Arjuna and Krishna were cousins. They're friends and cousins. So what happened was, one of many things that happened was, there was a big battle at Kurukshetra. You've heard of Kurukshetra? The Battle of Kurukshetra took 18 days and everything was finished. And at the end of the battle, Yudhisthira became the king. Right? You have basic idea. So after Yudhisthira became king, a few other things happened. And then it became time for Krishna to leave, because Krishna's home was not at the capital city. The capital city was Hastinapur, which is now Delhi. You know where Delhi is in the map? North India, kind of central Delhi, capital. And Krishna's place was way over on the west, Dwarka. Heard of Dwarka, right? Dwarka. It was near the sea. Battle's over, everything's just fine. So now it's time for Krishna to go back. Kunti doesn't want Krishna to go back. But she doesn't want to say, don't go back. She gets bewildered. The painting that you see on the screen here, there's a big crowd because it's time for Krishna to depart. You can look in the background behind Kunti in that chariot there. Many, many, many people in the public square. And because she's the queen, she has privileges. She worked her way right through the crowd, right up to the chariot, and Krishna's about to depart. And she offered prayers to Krishna. So that's what we've been discussing, Kunti's prayers to Krishna. And before coming here, I was in Atlanta and I covered a lot of verses, starting from text 18 all the way through 32. So now we're about to continue from there. And it's a really nice section. And a preview of that nice section we're going to be discussing flows with one of the themes. There's several themes in Kunti's prayers. She's a pure devotee. She's not just like a nice lady. She's a pure devotee. She's a perfected person. And as a perfected person, she has a perfected person's characteristic. She's very humble. So throughout her prayers, she's speaking, the voice that she's speaking is a voice of humility. She's speaking as if she doesn't understand. But the transcendental nature of Krishna is disclosed to those who are pure, and she's pure, so she knows, but she's speaking with a voice of humility that she can't understand. A second theme that's a strain throughout and in and out and sideways is the mystery or apparent contradiction of everything in relation to Krishna. For example, he's inside of everything and he's outside of everything at the same time. That's not possible. We can be in the room or we can be out of the room, but we can't be simultaneously in the room and out of the room. Not possible. I mean, you could put one foot in the room and the other foot outside the room. You're not in the room or out the room, but Krishna is fully inside everything and outside of everything at the same time. He's bigger than the biggest and smaller than the smallest at the same time, and so forth. This is Upanishadic teaching, and Kunti is not reciting the Upanishads, she's just describing her experience. There are many mysterious things about Krishna, and the previous verse, the one that we just discussed yesterday evening, was the love of Mother Jasoda. So Mother Jasoda is Krishna's mother, and Kunti is Krishna's aunt, and it's kind of like a mother-son relationship, only it's the aunt and son relationship. And she, Kunti, is very mystified by two things. The love that Mother Jasoda has, because Mother Jasoda doesn't have a kind of love that is majestic. She doesn't even have an interest to know that Krishna is the personality of Godhead. She sees him as her son. And for Kunti, that's bewildering because he's the personality of Godhead. And she's a pure devotee, so how could she not understand Krishna is the personality of Godhead? Because she's a pure devotee. Because he has a particular type of love. A love that's so strong in sweetness that it just eclipses his majesty. That's one thing that bewilders her. And there's another thing that bewilders her that's even more bewildering. And that is, he's the source of everything, and yet he becomes afraid. He's not play acting afraid, he's afraid. He's afraid of the stick in Mother Yasoda's hands and he starts to cry. He's afraid of the rope in Mother Yasoda's hands and he starts to whimper. And he cries tears. It's not fake tears, not play acting. He's afraid. This is bewildering to her. So this is just, there's a series and a whole series and a whole series. He who is unborn is born. He who doesn't do anything does all kinds of things. There's apparently contradictory. Now, how do you understand those apparently contradictory things? It's really easy. You become a pure devotee. Because pure devotees understand that Krishna has unlimited, and inconceivable and unlimited potencies through which he does everything. He doesn't do anything, but he does everything through his potencies. And it's really easy if you understand one thing. This is now, I'm going to get to the verses because they're really nice verses. Just giving you some background, like, fasten your seatbelt kind of message. One of my heroes is Jiva Goswami, and he has written in Bhagavad Sandarbha, one of his wonderful writings, very simple. If you don't accept, this is the negative, if you do not accept that the source of everything, the Supreme Person, has unlimited and inconceivable potencies, if you do not understand that, there's no question of understanding Bhagavan, because he has unlimited and inconceivable potencies. Then flip it around, positive. By understanding Bhagavan has all bhagas. That's what Bhagavan means. Unlimited and inconceivable bhagas, potencies, and opulences. And by understanding that, the inconceivable becomes conceivable. Because it's something we can't do doesn't mean it's something he can't do. And how can he do? Unlimited and inconceivable potencies. And then comes the joy, the spiritual, devotional joy of describing the unlimited and inconceivable activities and pastimes and loving exchanges. And so that's what Kunti is doing. And there's a few verses. I don't know how far I'm going to get because I'm talking too much already. I'm just trying to give a little background. So the course of what we're going to be doing includes some nice singing of verses, and the voice that you'll hear, we tested the sound check, it works. The sound system is good. It's Sri Rupa. Some of you know Sri Rupa, nice devotee, and she has some friends, and they're nice instrumentation, some verses. So here's the invocation verse. Let me get it. There it goes. So when you hear the verse, she'll sing it twice. And after she sings, you have to pause because she pauses. Otherwise, it's going to mess up. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute.
Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute.
Pause.
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu
Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta. Oh, my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distressed, the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. The painting is one of the cover paintings of a book called Teachings of Queen Kunti. There she is seated by the side of the Ganges River. And one of her prayers, the second of her prayers, she's praying to Krishna like the Ganges flows inexorably towards the sea. No obstruction can stop the Ganges. Similarly, whatever difficulties may come in life, may my mind not desist from flowing to you. She wants her mind. She's a pure devotee, and she's already there, but she's praying to Krishna for the power that her mind will always flow to Krishna and never anywhere else. Say it positively and negatively. Always unto Krishna, never anywhere else. And that's her quality. So now she's going to speak about another puzzlement for her. The puzzlement is, why does Krishna, the previous section, he who is unborn takes birth. Not only takes birth, but in different species. Sometimes the fish. Sometimes as a man. Sometimes as a rishi, Narayan Rishi. And sometimes, although he's unborn. Now comes why it is that he does this seemingly contradictory, inconceivable thing. There's 4 verses. I don't know if I'm going to get to finish them, but here's the first of the 4. There we go. Punya Shloka, pious king. Here's Sri Rupa singing the verse. You can pause after you hear her sing so you can keep the meter right. Punyashloka kirtaye yadho priyasyan bhaktaya.
Kechidahurajam jatam punyashlokasya kirtaye yado priyasyam bhavaye malayasyeva chandana.
Pause. Kechidahurajam jatam punyashlokasya kirtaye yadho priyasyan bhavaye malayasyeva. In the third line, you see Yadu. So, one of the reasons some people say he appeared in the dynasty of Yadu to give fame and glory and recognition to his great devotee named Yadu. Just like the chandana, that the sandalwood trees have made Malaysia, the Malaya Chandan, famous. Otherwise, we don't hear so much about Malaysia, but Malaya Chandan, that's celebrated. So one chants the Malaya word many times because of the sandalwood that grows there. Similarly, we know something about Yadu because Krishna appeared in his dynasty, Yadu dynasty. Or the first one is to give credit to pious kings. And one of the pious kings in Mahabharata that's Maharaj Yudhishthira. Where two boys disappeared. Maybe I picked on them. They ran away. Well, Yudhishthira is the elder brother, and there's 4 brothers. By his feet, there's Arjuna, and of course with the big club, Bhima. And standing by his side with spears, Nakula and Sahadev. So this is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. There are many opinions about the cause of your appearance, because in one of the previous verses, she said, there's many different people that have different opinions about you. And it's true. So now she's enumerating different opinions about the cause of his appearing, although he's unborn. Punya Shloka here refers to Yudhishthira, since he was famous by that name at that time. And other names by which Krishna is known, Yadava, Yaduvira, Yadu Nandana. This is a nice painting of Narada Muni paying a visit to Dwarka. You see in the upper right corner, that's Narada Muni with his Veena. And he wanted to visit Krishna in Dwarka. And so each of these names, they're indicating Krishna's position in Dwarka. And Krishna's position in Dwarka, wow, was it an opulent place? It was manifesting the fullness of spiritual opulence. Beyond the opulence of heaven, the fullness of spiritual opulence here on earth, Dwarka. Now, Vrindavan is different. Vrindavan didn't manifest that opulence as Dwarka did. It's another kind of opulence. It's the opulence of sweetness. So much so that the interest of the residents of Vrindavan was not in opulence. The interest in the residents of Vrindavan was one thing, Krishna. So ancient Dwarka was a very opulent place. Lord Sri Krishna is just like the sandalwood that grows in the Malaya hills. So this happens to be a painting of the Malaya hills and some sandalwood trees that are growing in the Malaya hills. And the Malaya hills have become celebrated because of the sandalwood. Similarly, Krishna is appearing in the dynasty of Yadu has glorified the Yadu dynasty, or he's known as Parthasarathi by being the chariot driver of Partha. Partha is another name of Arjuna, because another name of Kunti was Pita. It's easy to get lost in Mahabharata stories, and I'm gonna try to control myself and not go into all the nice, wonderful stories. But it's Partha, Arjuna, has become further celebrated by Krishna being his chariot driver. Many of you have visited the Delhi temple. And if you haven't, someday maybe you will. And the deities at the Delhi temple, ISKCON Delhi temple, Radha, Parthasarathi. Or glorifying Nanda and Yashoda by becoming the son of Nanda and Yashoda, Nanda Nandana, or Yashoda Nandana. This is a very nice painting. It's the name-giving ceremony where Gargamuni, as you see over his shoulders, it's in a cowshed to keep it secret from Kamsa, so he wouldn't know. But he did the name-giving ceremony and he gave Krishna his name and Balaram his name, and he said many other nice things. So that's two reasons to glorify pious kings and to give special honor to Yadu, his great devotee. Now here's the next verse. There's some other reasons people give for the unborn taking birth. So here's the verse.
Apare vasudevasya devakyam yachito vyadhat ajastvam asya kshemaya vadhaya cha suradusha. Apare
Devasya Devakyam Yachito Bhayagat Ajastvam Asya Kshemaya Vadaya Sasura Dvisham.
Apare vasudevasya devakyam yachito vyaghat ajastvam asya kshemaya vadhaya cha suradusha.
Pause.
Apare vasudevasya
Devakyam Yachito Bhayagat Ajastvam Asya Kshemaya Vadhaya Chasura Dvisham. Translation. Others say that since both Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for you, you have taken your birth as their son. Undoubtedly you are unborn, that's from a previous verse, yet you take your birth for their welfare and to kill those who are envious of the demigods. So this is a nice painting, I'm sure you recognize. Krishna appeared exactly at midnight in the prison house of Kamsa. Vasudeva offered prayers, Devaki offered prayers. Beautiful section of Srimad Bhagavatam. At the end of Devaki's prayers, she made a request. The request was, please take away this four-armed Vishnu form and assume a childlike form. It was very illogical. Because when Kamsa comes, if you have a baby-like form, then maybe we can hide you. There he is, Vishnu with his chakra. He can chop him and finish him. But she has her motherly feelings. Mothers can sometimes be a little irrational. It's okay. She has lots of feelings for her son. So before Krishna assumed a childlike form, he spoke with both of them and said many nice things. And then he assumed a childlike form. Before doing that, he said, please take this childlike form out of the prison. No worries. The guards will fall asleep. I'll see to that. No worry. The locks will fall off the prison doors. No worries. And to cross the river Jamuna, it's a big stormy night. No worries. I'll make it safe. Anantashesh will protect us. And because it's dark, no worries. I'm effulgent, no problem, we can see. So off they go. crossing the river Jamuna. And what did Vasudeva do? He placed Krishna by the side of Mother Yasoda, brought back a female child exactly according to the script or the plan, the Leela of Krishna. And therefore, two of his names, Vasudeva Nandana and Devaki Nandana. This is Vasudeva and Devaki offering their prayers to the four-armed form of Vasudeva, Krishna. I think I'm going to skip this slide. We'll just go to the next. Well, I'll go back. Parental affection is natural. Krishna enjoys the parental affection mood, and therefore he takes birth sometimes from pure devotee mother-father. He's unborn, but he appears as their son, like he did as the son of Prishni and Sutapa, and he became Prishnigarbha. And he became the son of Kashyapa and Aditi as Upendra or Vamanadev. He took birth as Vasudeva and Devaki as Krishna. 3 times. He's unborn, but because of their parental affection, it's really nice. I mean, anyway, I won't get lost. They had that affection. Krishna knew their affection. He appeared as their son. So here's a nice painting of Prishnigarbha, according to 2nd Canto Bhagavatam. The form that Dhruva Maharaj saw was the form of Prishnigarbha. You can look it up later, 2nd Canto, chapter 7. And another was the son of Kashyapa and Aditi. He appeared as Vamana or Upendra. Then, of course, is Krishna, or Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Okay, there's 2 more verses. Maybe we will finish. I'm trying to go quickly. So here's a third conjecture, some people say. Siddhyancha Bhuribharina Jato Yatma Bhuvartita.
Bharavatarnayanye Bhuvonava Ibodadha Siddhantya Bhuribharina Jato Yatma Bhuvartita.
Bharavatarnayanye Bhuvonava Ibodadha Siddhantya Bhuribharina Jato Yatma Bhuvartita. Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you've appeared to diminish the trouble. This is the cover picture or painting for Sri Brahma Samhita, where Brahma has appeared and he's hearing the flute song of Krishna entering his ear and coming out in the form of Gayatri mantra. But seeing and understanding that the earth had become too much troubled by too many demons, Lord Brahma and the demigods went to the shore of the milk ocean, offered the Purusha Sukta prayers to Lord Vishnu, who replied, "Yes, I will appear to diminish the burden of the earth." Here's another nice painting. That's Lord Brahma appearing from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So Garbhodakshai Vishnu is, in one sense, an expansion of Narayana, but Garbhodakshai Vishnu gave birth to Lord Brahma without the assistance of Goddess of Fortune Lakshmi. And therefore, another name of Brahma is Swayambhu. He is self-born, not born from the womb of a mother, but born directly from the body of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And here's another nice painting, same situation. Another nice painting, same situation. So some say, because Brahma prayed for you to appear, you appeared. Here's Lord Brahma by the shore of the Milk Ocean. You can tell it's the Milk Ocean, right? Because there's all those fish there. That's the artist's way of depicting it, anyways. And there by Lord Vishnu's side is Garuda, and there's the Goddess of Fortune at his lotus feet, and some of his paraphernalia, and there's Anantashesh, and there's many demigods. Look closely, you can figure out who's who in the demigod side on the right. And there's Mother Earth in the form of a cow, because she had approached the demigods. The demigods approached Brahma. Brahma approached Vishnu, who agreed to come. And where did they go? The shore of the Milk Ocean. And in the midst of the Milk Ocean, there's an island, Sweta, Dvipa. Of course, Dvipa means island, and it's a white island in the middle of the ocean of milk. And therefore, this is the abode of Kshirodakshay Vishnu, where they went, and the Lord concurred, "Yes, I will appear." So it's not exactly a conjecture, but some have this strong feeling. And there's one more. Others say something else, and we're done, for this class at least.
भवेस्मिन् दृश्यमानानाम् अविद्याकामकर्मभिः श्रवणस्मरणार्हानि करिष्यन् इति केचन
Avesmin Kashamananam Avidyakamakarbhi Shravanas Narahani Karishan Itikechana. Translation. And whoops. Excuse me. Pause. Bhavesmin Krishamananam Avidyakamakarbhi Shravanas Marahanarhani. Now, translation. And yet others say that you appear to rejuvenate the devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshiping, and so on, in order that the conditioned souls suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. The painting, of course, is the Vaikuntha realm. There's Narayana with Goddess Lakshmi by his side, and various expansions of Goddess Lakshmi, the Goddess of Fortune, and four-armed forms of looking like Narayan. Down below are musicians and so forth. So the opulence of Vaikuntha. There's a very nice verse amongst many 18,000 nice verses from Srimad Bhagavatam that indicates that the principles of Dharma are given directly by Bhagavan, Bhagavat Pranitam. Directly, Sakshat Pranitam. Now, the painting is Yamaraj. Everyone knows Yamaraj. Well, we don't want to know him too well, but the Lord of Death. But he's a great authority, and he has some helpers. Those are those guys down below. They don't look so nice. And they're carrying out the service on behalf of Yamaraj to take sinful people before Yamaraj so he can decide what their destiny is. Sinful persons that have not done atonement have the misfortune of meeting the Yamadutas. May you not have to meet the Yamadutas. But just by being here this evening, you're not going to meet the Yamadutas at the end of this life. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Svalpam, Svalpa means a little, Svalpam apyasya dharmasya, even a little bit of devotional service. Trayate means deliver. Mahatobhaya, Mahatobhayat, Mahabhaya, what's the greatest fear? Seeing these guys. Ajamil saw them because he hadn't done atonement. Well, he got corrected by the Vishnu Dutas. Yes, he did. He said, Narayana. Narayana. Many, many times because his son was named Narayana. So if your son or daughter are named by some nice name of Krishna or Krishna's devotee, or the qualities of Krishna and Krishna's devotees, you're in good shape. Because you won't see the Yamadutas. But Mahabhaya is for those that haven't had that good fortune. So the Yamadutas down below, when they were checked by the Vishnu Dutas, they went back to the abode of Yamaraj and said, what happened? Many things they said. And he said that, because Ajamila uttered the name Narayana unintentionally, it's called Hela Namabas. It's a indirect, unintentional calling of the name of Narayana, the name of Krishna, name of Gopal, name of the Supreme Lord. He became freed from all reactions. Hela Namabas. And how are these laws of nature determined by Bhagavan? Bhagavat Pranitam. Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Dharma is established by Bhagavan. So, the Lord, out of his causeless mercy, because he is more merciful to the suffering living beings than they can expect, the Lord appears before them and renovates the principles of devotional service. So that's one of the reasons why some people conjecture or say, declare, that the unborn has appeared. He's avyakta, he's not manifest, but then he makes himself manifest so people can see him. What mercy. Now, I'm not going to go through the next slide. It's the 9 processes of devotional service, which will take too long. So there's 9 processes of devotional service. There's personalities who achieve perfection. For each one of those 9 processes, pick one. Pick more than one, but even one. And that's the Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam process. I'm trying to end. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's summary of these 4 verses. This is the real reason for the Lord's appearance. First, there is ignorance, avidya. Then there is desire, kama. Then there is action, karma bihi. you come to engage those suffering due to actions arising from material desires, which are due to ignorance, taking it backwards. Actions arising from desires, which are due to ignorance. In actions for attaining prema. The destruction of suffering is incidental because it is said in the next verse, which we're not going to go to yet, that the result of hearing about the Lord is seeing the lotus feet of the Lord, and by seeing the Lord one attains prema. Isn't that nice? This is Srimad Bhagavatam. These compliments of Queen Kunti were given the secret. I mean, there's many secrets and many mysteries, but through the assistance of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the real reason. So let's do it again. When the living entity comes in contact with Pradhan by the glance of Mahavishnu, the first thing that happens, false ego, before you even get a body, ignorance and false ego, and from that ignorance and false ego comes ignorant desires, and from ignorant desires come ignorant activity, comes suffering. I'll do it again. First business, ignorance, then ignorant desires, then ignorant activity, bondage. What to do? Try cultivating knowledge. It's not sufficient. Because once we're stuck, we're stuck. Like tar on your hand. How do you get rid of tar on your hand? Brush it with the other hand, and you got tar in both hands. What to do? Devotional service. How does devotional service? Krishna appears to revive devotional service. So he spoke Bhagavad Gita, and he spoke to Uddhava, who was another one of Krishna's cousins, along with Arjuna. He spoke Uddhava Gita, and the whole of the Srimad Bhagavatam, etc. And his dear devotees, headed by our founder Acharya of late, and then his followers, are helping to relieve people of the ignorance that's the cause of ignorant desire, that's the cause of ignorant activity, it's the cause of suffering. So people can be happy. And that's the real reason, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And when those sequence of things become matured, then one can see Krishna, and one sees Krishna, prema is attained. Here's another interesting graphic. This is crazy people, where their minds are in la la land. And here's the fruit of activity image. And here's the happiness of Krishna consciousness image. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to deliver the chanting of the holy name and revive a life of bhakti. And we're somehow fortunate recipients of all of that. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So let's see if there's some. I probably went way past time, but Premananda didn't stop me, so I went over anyways. One question. In the conference room. Okay, one question, then conference room. Where's the conference room? Someone will show me. These people, does anybody need to know where the conference room is? She'll show you where the conference room is. I don't know where it is, but she knows. So if you want to find out the conference room, go by the door. So, one question. We have a quota. We have a portable microphone. And if there's no question, that's no problem. Okay, there's one question.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, go ahead. Go ahead, try, just keep speaking.
Could you talk more about false ego? False ego. False ego.
False ego, our dear friend. Sure. What'd you like to know about our dear friend? Here's something. According to the Vedic picture of time, time moves in cycles, like day and night, summer, fall, winter, spring, etc. Those big circles, small circles, medium circles. So one of the big circles is cosmic manifestation, maintenance for some time, withdrawal of the cosmic manifestation, resting. Cosmic manifestation, maintenance for some time, withdrawal, and it just keeps cycling. It's a big cycle. So during cosmic annihilation, where are the living entities? They're eternal, but they're not manifesting form because there's no cosmic manifestation. Where are they? They're within the body of Mahavishnu. What are they doing? Nothing. It's in a state of consciousness that's like anesthesia. Anesthesia. They don't feel anything. There's no sense of passage of time either. Susupti is called. And then Mahavishnu, on cue, exhibits two features of compassion. What's that? One, those living entities within my abdomen, I wish that they could experience the fullness of happiness. Right now, they're in a deep sleep state. That's it. Ichcha, desire, Lord's desire for happiness of all living entities. Second, compassionate desire. Rama Devi, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, Mahavishnu's goddess of fortune, her name is Rama. You've heard that? Rama Devi. So Rama Devi has a reflection, Chaya Devi, Chaya, reflection. There's other names. Call her Chaya Devi. Maya Devi, that's another name. Pradhan, that's another name. Just the sum total of material elements undifferentiated, that's a reflection of the internal potency. And he, Mahavishnu, glances upon that Pradhan thinking, she wants some service. That's it. Compassionate desire, she wants some service. So Rama Devi, knowing fully well her master, knows his desire, compassion and compassion. So what does she do? Here's what she does. This is an answer to your question. Tell me something more about false ego. So his glance, Mahavishnu's glance, has a name. It's a person named Shambhu. And she, Rama Devi, entrusts the living entities, all those jivas. How many are there? Too many to count, unlimited. All those jivas and time energy, Kala Shakti, to Shambhu. So there goes all the living entities in the time energy. They contact Pradhan. What happens? It's impregnation. Living entities entering into material nature. The primordial impregnation. And the first thing that happens is the undifferentiated material elements start to differentiate. And the first one, false ego. And false ego covers the living entities before they do anything. They're nice people. but they got karma dormant because time stopped. But now time is active. And the first thing, the covered living entities, is the first thing to come and their last thing to go. Trust me. Scripture. So, is it possible to have false ego let go? Yes. How? Bhakti. Bhakti dissolves the subtle body, including false ego. Yay! But it's got to be pure bhakti. You got to be a follower of Queen Kunti, or Arjuna, or Uddhava, or find some pure devotee and follow them. And follow what they indicate, and false ego can be dissolved, and the material mind can be dissolved, and material desires can be dissolved because they hang out in the mind. And bhakti. Okay, that's the answer to the first question, and we're ready to end. Hey, Manan, do you want to do some announcements? I thought so. We have a microphone?
Thank you, Maharaj. Really appreciate your association and for all of your knowledge that Maharaj is going to be here this whole week, and he will be giving Srimad Bhagavatam classes in the temple, home programs, and followed by a weekend of Festival of Holy Name, starting from Friday all the way till the following week. And so please check our website and sign up, and please come and participate. We are going to have a lot of devotees here. Looking forward to seeing all of you. A couple of announcements. First of all, just have a humble request. No one leave here without taking your prasadam. And even if you see there is a line, please make sure you take the prasadam. Otherwise, the prasadam just stays here. Couple of announcements. We used to glorify, or let us say recognize, at least a devotee during every Sunday. And we had stopped doing that because we were settling down in this new temple. But once again, today we are starting that tradition back again. But sometimes I have received this feedback that someone may feel embarrassed to be glorified. So I just wanted to say something, that when we glorify someone, what we normally do is we come in their presence and we focus on the quality of this person, and proper glorification is done in such a way that the person is not embarrassed by what we are saying. But there is a real connection between the hearts. We are speaking this appreciation from the heart, and therefore there is a heart-to-heart connection, and it is genuine appreciation, and there is nothing to feel embarrassed about. So I just wanted to say that. So today we are recognizing or appreciating Raj Prabhu and his wife Anu, if they are here. Raj Prabhu and Anu. Anu is here too. So just very quickly, Raj Prabhu is working as the Director of Radiology and Nuclear Medicine at VA Hospital, and he has earned numerous prestigious awards for his exceptional work. And he is closely associated with our temple over 8 years, and he's very serious about his spiritual practices. And he has been assisting in Sunday feast preparation and also in the cleaning team, which is the most difficult service here. During Janmashtami, also, Raj Prabhu had undertaken a service of controlling or managing the crowd, which was Janmashtami as well as during the temple opening, which was the most difficult task. People were getting mad at them, and he was able to put up with all that. And also during Janmashtami, he and his team ran this Cholai Bhatura tent, which was very popular. And he was one of the key persons throughout this past so many years in assisting us in so many other ways as well. Radha Kunja Bihari Prabhu, he assists him in all the festivals and setups, cleaning, and all those things. His wife Anu also is seriously a practicing devotee with deep commitment to hearing, reading, chanting, and all that. And she provides first aid support during temple events. And I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to Raj Prabhu and Anu for their total commitment to the practice of devotion to Krishna and also their dedicated services. We are very, very grateful to have your association in this community. Thank you, Prabhu. Today's Sunday program is sponsored by Geetendra Paul and family. They are asking for Vaishnava's blessings. Can you please request are they here? Geetendra Paul and family, please come and receive them. So this program, Sunday program, is they are sponsoring all the worship starting from morning till night for their lordships. And so this is a whole day service in this temple. And then we have the Sunday feast sponsors, Dev Iyer Prabhu, who is regularly sponsoring Sunday feast. This time he's sponsoring for his mother's birthday. Is he here? Dev Iyer Prabhu, please come forward. And Satish and Lakshmi family, their son Sri Ritvik Tej, his birthday, and seeking devotees' blessings. Are they here? So as any other occasion, whether it is birthday or any other celebrations that we make, kindly chant the holy names of Krishna after me. Oh, here is the family. I think you should receive. Yeah. Thank you so much. For the spiritual well-being of all these families, please chant after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I was told that fundraising team Sumangala had something. Huh? A cooking team. Huh? Okay. Sorry. Today's cooking team, Rohini, Chandini, Deepika, Archita, and Prati Bahu Prabhu. Please give them a big hand. And if any one of you desire to sponsor Sunday feast or Sunday program, please contact Abhay Prabhu. And I give the microphone to Sumangala.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for attending the program here, even though it is a weekend sunny weather. We were running some few campaigns last few weeks, and I would like to thank few devotees who went out of their way to support the fundraising team. Panduranga Gopal Prabhu, through him we got like $3,000. Please give them a big hand. He's not here. He's busy with the Sunday feast management, Sunday feast, but still he's helping out fundraising. And also we got few brick sponsorships for the Father's Day. And one of them was through Anita Mataji, Shrikant Prabhu and Anita Mataji family. She does not speak much, very obediently she does the services. And this is not the first time we got through her. We already got like 4 or 5 bricks before. And this is the 6th brick through her. We got this. So thank you, Anita Mataji.
Anybody who has questions or something philosophical to discuss with His Holiness Romapada Swami Maharaj, please come to the conference room, which is just outside through that door on the right-hand side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Prasadam will be served downstairs. Busy. I wanted to share. I was sharing
किसी भी दिन आप टाइम बता मुझे बता दो मैं प्लान
Good evening, Prabhu.
मंडे
Because I wanted to
हाँ बता दो
6 बजे 7 बजे आई शेयर द डेट
हाँ
एंड
ये
बात करेंगे।
मैं एकदम आई एम रियली सॉरी आई एम रियली
थोड़ा सैटरडे के लिए 10-15 मिनट टाइम।
समर में मेरे पेरेंट्स भी आए बच्चे का मैं फिल्म मीट में करती एवरी सैटरडे